It is Indiana in the Morning, and it's AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. She's Kristen Koehler from IUP Lively Arts. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you back with us this morning.
Good to be here.
Yeah, you've got a very, very busy spring schedule. We didn't get a chance to talk with you last month to sort of press the reset button on the Lively Arts season,
right.
but we can do that now. You've got a lot of shows that you've already had some, and
Yes.
you've got more coming.
We do, and it's going to be a busy week this week.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have two shows opening on Thursday night. One is an Ovation series show, and another is our Theater by the Grove has a show that's opening.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind of hope we do hope you'll see both. Maybe see the Ovations on Thursday night, and the Theater by the Grove has a longer run that it's here for a couple weekends, and both of them are going to be wonderful. But we have The River with the string quartet Ethel and the Native American musician and artist Robert Mirabal performing on our Ovation series on this Thursday, February 22nd at 8 o'clock in Gorel. And just listening to the music on my way here this morning, it puts you in a wonderful mood. It makes you feel light. It's starting out to be a beautiful day anyways here in Indiana, sure. And I think people will get a lot out of it. Robert
Mirabal has won multiple Grammys.
Yes.
Just an amazing Native American flutist.
Yes.
Mainly, but also proficient on other instruments and proficient in other arenas as well, as an actor, as a composer.
He makes instruments. I mean, he's a Renaissance man. He can do it all.
Yeah, and so his group is called Ethel, and then the show is called The River.
Correct.
And it's happening on Thursday.
I think the string quartet Ethel kind of stands on its own, and they're playing with Robert Mirabal, unless I'm mistaken.
Okay.
That was my understanding.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Okay.
That's the way it is.
But I think they both stand on their own. They're both amazing groups. They're a group, and they've done this amazing collaboration, and it's been a multi-year process to get to that point. I think over 6 years, or one place I read 6 years, another place said 9, so I'm not sure, but many years to get to this point.
So the show is Thursday night.
Correct.
But there's also an event coming up earlier in the day where folks can actually go and sit and actually listen to him talk about the show and maybe even ask a question or two of him.
Right. We have an outreach event, and this is kind of a nice way for people to sample the concert before they go to the concert in the evening. And it takes, I believe this one is taking place at the library prior to the event. What is that?
Cogswell, in the Cogswell Music Library.
Cogswell Music Library.
Yeah.
And is that at noon?
Noon to 1.
Noon to 1.
And then the show is happening that night at 8.
8 o'clock.
At Gorel Recital Hall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can make a whole day of it.
There you go. And we do have some tickets left. If folks are interested, we can give tickets away later this morning, or you can simply purchase them from IUP Lively Arts.
Yep.
And,
either way, we want to see you.
So tell me about Theater by the Grove show. It's the Wolves.
Yes. It's I think what's going to be really neat about this, there is a mother-daughter team who's performing in that show.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. And this is actually, it's a nominee. It's one of the finalists for the 2017 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. And I've heard some amazing things from the director, Dr. Carrie J. Cole. And I think she's done an amazing job putting it up on its feet. And we get to see some of our female actresses from IUP performing in these roles, and one of them, their mother, is performing as well. But it takes place in the setting is a girls' soccer team, and it takes place. All of the scenes take place as they're kind of warming up for their. I want to say performances, but I'm a theater person. But
games.
Games. There you go. But
so they're going through their season.
They're going through their season, and they talk about everything from the little petty dramas that can happen to things about world peace and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a really exciting show.
Show runs this weekend and next weekend too, correct?
Correct. 8 p.m. There's one matinee performance on the 25th, and that's going to be on the Waller Hall main stage at IUP.
So that's Thursday through Sunday this week, and then next week it'll be Thursday through Saturday.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
And that's happening at Waller Hall main stage.
Correct.
Nice setting for
definitely
watching plays.
And if I could make a plug for a show that I've heard has been amazing, there is the Memory and Magic Folk Artists in Western Pennsylvania exhibit that's happening now. It's free at the University Museum, and they had an amazing opening. But I've heard great things about it. A lot of people that are, if you love folk art, you're going to be amazed at what you see.
And local folk art, too.
Highlighting our local folk artists. So come out and take a look at it. It's gorgeous, and it's free.
We had Michael Hood in to talk about it
a
couple of weeks ago, and just an amazing job that he did, and talking about the show itself and setting it up and really introducing us or reintroducing us to some artists of local renown who maybe we have forgotten about. And this brings them right back up and presents them to maybe a whole new audience. So
that's wonderful.
University Museum is going on through March the 10th. Folks can see that show. And then the Ovation Series has much more.
It does. And just so I don't miss it, I know sometimes we run a little short on time, but if I could highlight another event that's going to happen on Sound Choices before we see each other next, it is The Road to Yale, and that's the name of the concert, but it's featuring our own IUP Wind Ensemble. And this sounds like it will be an amazing show as well. It's going to have a list of composers, Charles Ives, Carter Pan, Martin Ellerby, and this concert is going to be repeated at Yale University, and it's following an invitation for IUP to perform there with the 2018 College Band Directors National Association Conference.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah. So I want to make sure people don't miss out on that, because I think that's going to be a great show as well. And that's coming up on Saturday, March 3rd at 7:30, and that's in Fisher.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Kristen Koehler with us. We're talking about IUP Lively Arts and their very ambitious spring schedule. And you certainly do have many things to talk about, even as you're looking at performances for next year's schedule. We've got this wonderful year's worth to get through and enjoy, and you've got shows coming up in March. In fact, I see two of them for the Ovation Series.
Yes. We have Jacob Shaw. He's a wonderful up-and-coming cellist. He's going to be performing Tuesday, March 6th at 8 p.m. in Gorell Recital Hall. And I was listening to a really interesting interview that he did with BBC right before I came here. And I think he has a fresh and exciting approach to presenting music to audiences today. I think people will be impressed by him. Yeah,
he does cool things with classical music.
Right.
So he's going to be coming on Tuesday, March the 6th at 8 p.m. to Gorell Recital Hall.
Yes.
And then a very acclaimed pianist is on the way.
Yes. Lise de La Salle. She is going to be performing on Tuesday, March 20th at 8 o'clock in Gorell as well. And, she's won countless awards. She made her debut at age 13. And she's just been performing for years, and she's amazing.
Yeah, just a wonderful pianist, and she's coming here on Tuesday, March the 20th, again, Gorell Recital Hall. Fisher Auditorium is not neglected. You've got some great shows coming there, too.
We do. We have some wonderful shows. Haya, it's a world debut, U.S. debut, I should say. That's going to be happening on Thursday, April 5th at 8 o'clock. And that's an award-winning music collective from Beijing. And again, YouTube is my source of all things wonderful. If you type in Haya, you can listen to it. And I don't know that I knew what to expect until I listened.
Yeah.
And if you would be listening to this beautiful combination of kind of pop music and it's
a tremendous energy.
It's a beautiful energy, and the female vocalist has the most gorgeous voice I've ever heard.
Oh, wow.
And hearing different types of musical instruments as well make it a great evening.
That's a good recommendation. If you're going to YouTube, you want to check them out before they come here to IUP.
Please.
They'll be here Thursday, April the 5th at Fisher. Haya is spelled Haya. Okay? Haya, the Migration Concert. And then Kinky Boots in April.
Yes, Kinky Boots. Now, this, I don't know if you've seen the movie. I saw the movie years ago.
Did you?
But I think it's going to be wonderful. This actually won the Tony Award for Best Musical in 2013. So I think that's fairly high praise to start us off. But it focuses on events that happen in a shoe factory that's kind of going down the tubes in England, and their struggle to keep the doors open. And I think you'll find that there's some exciting things that happen in the show that move that story along.
Yeah, and the music by Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper, exactly. Girls just want to have fun.
And Cyndi just wants a new pair of boots.
She does.
Gorgeous well, there you go.
Boots.
It was the winner of the Tony for Best Musical in 2013, and it comes right off of Broadway and here to Indiana, to Fisher Auditorium on April the 19th. Kristen, that's a very, very busy schedule. Of course, there are other series going on. You mentioned the museum. You mentioned Theater by the Grove. Sound Choices has programs coming up here in this spring semester. All kinds of things to do at IUP and with IUP Lively Arts. For folks who want to know more and learn about IUP Lively Arts, what do they need to do?
They can either visit our website, www.iup.edu/livelyarts, or they can give us a call at 724-357-1313 for the box office.
Very good. Very good.
Great.
Hey, thanks for coming in to visit with us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Go back and get to work, will you? We got a whole new schedule to build for next year.
I know. Get off my back, man. I'm busy.
You don't want to drop any hints, do you, about some of the things you've seen?
I wish I could. I'm being twisting in the wind now, waiting on some people to confirm.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We always tried to squeeze that out of Hank, your predecessor. And
I bet he didn't give you anything.
He wasn't giving anything up. Hank was not giving anything up to us.
No.
Oh, well, but we appreciate your coming in this morning to visit with us, and we'll check in with you again next month.
Sounds great. I'll be here.
It's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. Headed toward Fox News at the top of the hour. You know, the break in the cold, frigid weather is letting us know that little by little we're getting closer to spring, and that means warmer weather. That means a chance to get outdoors and start working around the house. And now's the time to start planning for your big project. Innovations of Home, well, that's where you start. Innovations of Home has 3D technology that allows you to see the completed project before you even start. It's good for decks, garages, pole buildings, remodeling, new construction. Check them out, Innovations of Home, inhomepa.com. You can shop right there for more than 150,000 items, and what you order, they can deliver. Innovations of Home. It's Indiana in the Morning, AM 1160 and FM 101.1.